Oomph baba tetse oomph. Do you know that? That's a really, really great sound poem. And you know, they say that if you do silly stuff at the beginnings of your videos, people will watch longer.
Oomph baba tetse oomph.
I don't know if that's true or not. Sometimes I click away no matter how silly that is, you know, PewDiePie and all the rest.
Oomph baba tetse oomph.
Whatever. But the thing is that if you're interested in learning about your memory, developing your focus, getting a lot better at just using your brain and stuff like that, you might want to find some boring videos to watch and watch them from beginning to end and let your mind wander when you get bored and draw, make notes and stuff. And if you really need, you know, excitement, do what I'm doing and hang out in a chicken coop, because that's a great memory palace if ever there was one. The thing though that I want to talk about in this video is a really, really important concept that a lot of people talk about in a way that is probably destructive. And that is the idea of fake it till you make it. And I have probably said that myself at certain times, but I no longer agree with it. So if you've heard me talking about that, just slap me. Slap that older version of myself. Psh, psh, psh. Harder, because it's really a dumb idea. The problem with faking it until you make it is that you're going to wind up being a good faker and not a good, genuine, skilled person the way that you want to be a genuinely skilled person. Like, you don't fake building memory palaces and using memory palaces until you get good at them. You just do it. You just practice, and you get in, and you do it authentically, and you do it with your full heart and your mind and your attention, and if it gets boring, you keep on doing it. But you don't fake doing it. You don't fake that it's working for you and pretend. You just authentically go through it. And if you need to give up, well, don't give up so much as take a break, take a pause, step away from it, go do something else, and then come back, and come back again if that's what it takes. But there's no need to fake anything, because you're only going to get good at faking, and you'd be lucky if you even get good at faking, because faking isn't real, and you can't be good at things that aren't real. So don't fake it until you make it. Just get in there and use your authentic abilities and your authentic self. And if you happen to have a chicken coop around, use it as a memory palace, because it's really, really a valuable kind of memory palace to have, because it's got some built-in bridging figures, namely the chickens. And just as a memory exercise, you could just name those chickens and remember the names that you gave them, and then use them to assist you with whatever it is that you're memorizing in the memory palace. In any case, all of this was inspired by someone who emailed. They were asking about a particular language, and they're like, come on, it can't be that easy. I really just feel like I have to trick myself into getting this done, and can't you give me some kind of, like, you know, inspiration, or just, you know, this kind of hook. They're looking for a lie, essentially, and there are a lot of virtuous lies out there, I guess. You know, Nietzsche talked about the way that lies often are a way of creating truths, and the truth is usually a way of creating lies, or the truth is used to create lies. And, you know, you've got to read this. There's very, very many different ways that the title of this essay is translated. On truth and lying in a non-moral sense is one of the most common ones. Whoa, these Australian sounds are great. But you want to have a look at that and think about not only the ways that you are being lied to all the time in order to create senses of truth and actual states of truth, but you also want to look at the ways that truth is being used in order to create basically lives built on the basis of lies, or truths that lead to living a lie, and so forth. And it's just really interesting. So I don't have like a hard and fast answer to that. I'll leave you to some Nietzsche homework and just other reading about that. Well, of course, Sam Harris has a book on lying that is great. In fact, you might just skip the Nietzsche and go straight to Sam Harris, but I think that you'll get a lot more out of the Sam Harris book on lying, and it's very short. if you have the Nietzsche essay in the background. And if you look on YouTube, I'll see if I can link to that for you. There's a cool course on Nietzsche, video course. They were called the Teaching Company at the time. I think they're called the Great Courses now, and that can help, because reading Nietzsche can be a bit of a slog. If you happen to learn German, he's strangely, surprisingly easier to read in German than he is in a lot of the English translations. I'm not good enough in German to translate him into English. I would probably misrepresent what he's saying, but I have found that he's easier to understand in German than in a lot of the English translations, which are quite dated and poor. And then, of course, you have the problem that his sister edited a lot of his stuff to reflect the Nazi line of thinking, which is one of the reasons why Nietzsche is so poorly remembered, and that's a sad travesty indeed, because he hated anti-Semitism, he hated fascism, really, I would think, and he hated lies that make people think that things are true. So in any case, that's a very, very powerful collection of reading for you to think more deeply about this. And you just want to think to yourself, what lies are you telling yourself that create a state of truth that is leading you to not getting the results that you want? And what truths could you tell yourself that lead to states of truth, such as how easy it is to use memory techniques and to get amazing results? That would be something cool. So anyway, I think I'm going to really get out my Memory Palace journal here and sketch out this chicken coop memory palace, because it's just so fun. I've never had a chicken coop memory palace before, and again, if you ever have a chance, well, just go and make a chance. That's how you get things done, you know? There's got to be somewhere around you where you can just go and visit a chicken coop. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm remembering this childhood episode where my friends and I, we used to take a shortcut through an apple orchard, and there was an abandoned chicken coop there before, and some older boys had hidden some dirty magazines in there, and of course we were up in there checking out those dirty magazines. And one day the farmer came, and he came with a guy, and they had their shotguns with them, and that was pretty scary, I have to say. And they took our bikes, and that was a little bit of a mistake on their part, because although, you know, we didn't have even bigger bikes, our dads had bigger bikes, and one of our dads was a Hell's Angel, and so when they came rolling onto the property with their big snarly Harley Davidsons, let's just say we got our BMXs back real fast. But we never did cut through that orchard ever again, or go to that chicken coop, and it was torn down shortly thereafter. And then not longer after that, my dad actually had the contract to bust down the house of the guys who stole our bikes. In any case, this is an interesting point, and I'm raising it and going on about it because when you use a new memory palace, when you think about creating a new memory palace, you can think in your mind as a general memory exercise about other things that connect to the memory palace. So you might find that you actually have oodles of chicken coop memories already there, and I never have ever in my life until just this very moment thought about this previous chicken coop. And now I can think, okay, what other bird sanctuaries and related things can I come up with to create memory palaces? And it's so exciting. This is what memory exercise does, is memory begets memory begets memory begets memory, and the rabbit hole goes so deep you will find in your life that you have more real estate than you can even imagine possible. And I've been in this line of work for a long time now, and this is a great demonstration of yet another memory palace that's just waiting to be tapped for its magical power. Now, it's going to be a small one, but it's got this whole orchard. I'm not going to use it in a very detailed way, but the orchard is kind of a square shape. Now I've got some corners. There was a path through the center. There was this chicken coop. Then there was this guy's house. My dad tore it. I'm going to ask my dad if I can get a picture of him tearing down that house, because I remember taking pictures of him in the backhoe smashing in that house. And I have only a vague memory of what that house on the outside looked like, but it's enough to construct a very powerful journey. I remember the carport in particular because we picked up our bikes from there. And it's just super exciting. And if I wanted to, I could just invent what that house looked like on the inside. So there's really no end to the possibilities of what your memory brings to you. And I highly, highly encourage you to go find a chicken coop so you can start triggering all the chicken coops in your lives and related poultry and bird sanctuaries. And now I'm thinking of other things. I'll spare you the other things, but some of them involve a pier. And I'm going to give these guys some names. I think he's going to be Ronaldo. We'll have Ralph and maybe Geraldo Rivera. I'm not sure how many chickens are in here yet. I haven't counted them yet. But Ronaldo, Ralph, Geraldo Rivera, good start. So, this has been Anthony Metivier from magneticmemorymethod.com. If you're not subscribed to this channel, clickety-click and hit that bell too so you can get more emails in your inbox, but important emails, you know? One's worth checking out once in a while. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon. And until we speak again, keep magnetic.
Thumps, baba, tetsu, pagif. Dil rebeba, fumspa, rebeba, fumspava, beba, fumspava te, ba.